My name is Lily. I want to tell you a story. This story is very special to me. Please listen carefully until the end. It will touch your heart. It will make you feel something deep inside. It will make you think. When I was a little girl, I did not understand many things. I only knew that my mother was always there. She held my hand when I was scared. She hugged me when I cried. She smiled at me even when she was tired. I thought she was like the sun, always shining, always warm. But as I grew up, I saw things differently. I saw the lines on her face. I saw her hands, rough from work. I saw the way she sometimes sat alone, looking at the sky, lost in her thoughts. I did not understand what she was thinking. I did not understand why she sometimes sighed when she thought no one was watching. One evening, I asked her, "Mom, why do you look sad sometimes?" She smiled and said, "I am not sad, my dear. I just think a lot." "What do you think about?" I asked. She touched my hair gently and said, "About you, about your future, about how to make your life better." I did not understand her words that day, but now I do. I remember one cold winter night. The wind was strong, and the rain was falling. I was in bed, warm under my blanket. But then I heard a noise. I got up and looked outside. I saw my mother. She was standing near the door, wearing an old shawl. She was shivering. I ran to her. "Mom, come inside. It's too cold." She smiled and said, "I am waiting for someone." "Who?" I asked. She looked at the dark road and said, "Your father. He is coming home late from work. I want to make sure he has a warm meal." I felt something in my heart that night. I saw the love in her eyes, a love that did not ask for anything, a love that only gave. There were many days when she sacrificed her happiness for us. I remember the time when I wanted a new dress for a school event. She smiled and said, "Of course, my dear, you will have it." Later, I saw her wearing the same old clothes again. "Mom, why don't you buy something new for yourself?" I asked. She laughed softly. "I don't need new clothes. I have enough." But I knew the truth. She gave up her happiness for mine. One day, I was upset. Something bad happened at school. I came home crying. My mother sat beside me and wiped my tears. "Tell me, my love, what happened?" she asked. I told her everything. I told her how I felt weak, how I felt like I was not good enough. She held my hands and said, "Look at me." I looked into her eyes. "You are strong," she said. "You are brave. You are my daughter, and I believe in you. Even if the whole world says you are not good enough, remember, I will always say you are more than enough." Her words became the light in my heart. Time passed, and I grew older. I started to understand the sacrifices she made. I started to see the pain behind her smile. I started to feel the love in her silence. One day, I saw her sitting alone in the kitchen. She was holding a small, old photograph. It was a picture of her younger self. She was smiling in the picture, full of dreams. I sat beside her and asked, "Mom, do you miss your old life?" She looked at me and said, "No, my dear. My dreams changed. Now my dream is you." I held her hand tightly. Life moved fast. I became busy with my own life. Work, friends, responsibilities. I did not always have time to sit with her like before, but she was always there, waiting for me, loving me in silence. One evening, I came home late. I saw her sitting near the window looking outside. "Mom, why are you still awake?" I asked. She smiled softly. "I was waiting for you." I felt a lump in my throat. "Mom," I whispered, "you don't have to wait for me every night." She touched my face. "One day, my dear, you will not see me sitting here anymore. But tonight, I am here, and I want to see my child safe before I sleep." Tears filled my eyes. I hugged her. Life kept moving. And one day, the chair near the window was empty. The house felt different. Quiet. I sat near that window and whispered, "Mom, I miss you." I realized something that day. A mother's love is forever. It never leaves. Even when she is not there, her love stays in your heart, in your memories, in the lessons she taught you. So, if your mother is still with you, hug her. Tell her you love her. Sit with her. Listen to her stories. Because one day, the chair near the window will be empty, and you will wish you had one more moment with her. If this story touched your heart, if it made you think about your mother, then please like and subscribe. I work hard to bring you stories that touch the soul, stories that make us feel, stories that remind us of what truly matters. Your support means everything. Thank you.